Hello. So good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to see the new point, that is career aided protection. But before seeing that career aided protection, it is necessary to understand the zone 1, 2, and 3 protection, which we have seen in last lecture. But very few students, I think only one student was responding. All others were, I think, not joined lecture, or they joined but not attending lecture. So I'll tell you once again what is that, what is mean by this distance protection, and then we'll see that career aided protection. Okay, so uh, in distance protection, what we are doing, we are uh, protecting the transmission lines. Okay, we are protecting transmission lines which are having very high length. Okay, means we can consider, and its voltages are also more. We know, when we consider the transmission line, it is of 101 110 kV, then 220 kV, then some lines are also of 66 kV. Okay, that is the short transmission lines. Then up to 765 kV, the transmission line voltages are there. Okay, so these are the highest voltages which can be used. Some 400 kV volt kV voltages transmission lines are also available, and these are very long in distance, also in kilometers. Okay, means generating station is at one point, and this power is supplied at the load end. In between that, the line length is more. Okay, so we cannot protect that transmission line, whole transmission line. Suppose it is of 200 or 400 kilometer, then we cannot protect this by connecting only one or two relays at the sending end and at receiving end. Okay, so we are doing the sections or the zones of that transmission line. Okay, means we are protecting particular distance. Okay, so how actually we are protecting that? Here we are using different types of relays. Okay, for protection purpose, there are different relays. Okay, we have seen the different types of relays. Okay, and now we are seeing the applications, means for equipments which types of relays can be used, for distance protection which types of relays can be used. Okay, so means according to false, uh, uh, means according to application, we can use different types of relays here. Okay, so here, for the transmission line, we are considering, I told you, what are the parameters for a transmission line. For a transmission line, what are the parameters? And you studied this in power system already, and it is core subject for you. So what are the parameters of transmission line? Yes, anyone? R, L, G, and C. Remember, R, resistance, inductance, capacitance, and what is G? What is G? It is conductance. Okay, so everyone remember, these are the parameters. Two are in series, two are in parallel. Okay, there are two models which we are using, pi model and T model. Okay, so then how we can actually protect this transmission line? Here we have to check this. Okay, so here we are using different types of relays. Okay, there are impedance relays, admittance relays, or it is also called the Moore relay. Okay, why it is used? Because the transmission line length and impedance, these are directly proportional. Okay, we have seen the relay. What is relay? If we consider the overcurrent relay, what we do, we set one current value. Okay, that is called the pickup current. We set one current value, and if the current flowing through that relay or flowing through that line or any equipment becomes equal to or greater than that value, then your relay will start operating. Okay, the same concept is used here also for transmission lines, means for distance protection we are using impedance relays. Okay, means the impedance of that relay is fixed. Okay, means it is preset. Okay, it is preset, and if the impedance of, if any fault will occur, and impedance of that line will vary. If it will vary, so just tell me, if it is less than the set value, then your relay will operate. Or if the impedance is more than the set value, then your relay will operate. When it will operate, we have seen in last lecture. So when that relay will operate, no, it's not more. Because for overcurrent it is different. Okay, overcurrent protection is different and distance protection is different here. Okay, here we are setting the impedance. Okay, impedance. Okay. Means here, here in this slide also the answer is there. The answer is there because here if the measured impedance is less than the setting impedance, okay, then your relay will operate. Okay, जे एक व्हॅल्यू सेट केलेली आहे त्या सेट व्हॅल्यूच्या बिलो जर इम्पिडन्स असेल तर तुमचा रिले ऑपरेट होणार आहे. अबाव असेल तर तुमचा रिले ऑपरेट होणार नाही. बट हाऊ? Because there is one relation. Okay, there is one relation. So just wait, I'll tell you that relation. Okay, so all of we know the divided by A, right? Means what is this R? R is resistance, right? R is resistance, and this L is the length. Okay, R is resistance, rho is the resistivity, L is the length, and length of that conductor, and A is the cross sectional area of that conductor. Okay, so this R is directly proportional to line length. Okay, R is directly proportional to line length. Okay, means what? If your R increases, then length of line also increases. Length of line also increases. Means here, this is for increases, correct. So this is for the DC circuit we are using, right? We are using resistance only for DC circuit, but when we consider AC circuit, what happens? We are considering impedance, right? We are considering impedance, that is Z. So when we consider this impedance, we can write that this Z is directly proportional to length of line. Okay, this Z is directly proportional to length of line. Okay, means what? If this Z increases, okay, if this Z increases, length of line also increases. Length of line also increases. So here we can find by measuring this impedance, we can find the length of the line. Means at what length your fault is actually occurred. Okay, okay. So here, what is mean by this impedance type of distance relay? Here we'll see. Okay. So here total length of this one section is A to B, is A to B. Then we are considering that there are two relays, that is relay 1 is at the sending end, and actually another relay is also used here. Okay. Okay, here I lost the internet connection. Okay, so if any fault will occur here, then whatever be the impedance of that relay, okay, it becomes less. Okay, uh, sorry, whatever be the impedance will become less, and which is less than the set value of the relay. Okay, therefore your relay will operate there. Okay, means your relay is set in such a way that your relay will operate when the impedance will be less. Okay, why it is? Because we know that when fault will occur, the current will be more. Okay, when any fault will be occur, then current is more, and this Z is equal to V divided by I. Z is equal to V divided by I. So if your current increases, your impedance should decrease there. Okay, impedance should decrease there. Means if fault will occur, your impedance should decrease. Therefore, this relay is set in such a way that means some fixed value of the impedance is there. But if the impedance becomes lower than the set value, then only your relay is operating. But why it is? Because the impedance becomes low when your current will become high. It means that the fault is occurred. Okay. So these 2 points are important here. Note these points. Then second, the same is there. This is the operating characteristic. That is when positive torque will be produced when your fault impedance, okay, fault impedance is less than your set value. That time it is a positive torque region, and when it will be greater, means it is your normal operating condition, means no any fault is occurring there. Okay, so this is the torque equation, sorry, impedance equation, which is obtained from the torque equation. Okay. Then second is the reactance relay. Reactance relay is high speed relay than your impedance relay. Here also we are using the 4 coils. Okay. 2 polarizing coils are there. One is the operating coil and second is the restraining coil. Okay. Now, which relays we have seen the induction type of relays in first chapter only. We have seen this induction type of relay. So in that 2 coils are there, operating coil and restraining coil. Operating coil काय करते, जो बार जो आहे तो ऍक्च्युली बार जो आहे तो नॉर्मली ओपन कंडिशनला आहे. ओके, नॉर्मली ओपन कंडिशनला आहे. त्यावेळी काय असतं, रिस्ट्रेनिंग कॉईल ची कपॅसिटी जास्त आहे. ओके, ऑपरेटिंग कॉइलची कपॅसिटी कमी आहे नॉर्मल ऑपरेटिंग कंडिशनला. पण जेव्हा एखादा फॉल्ट ऑकर होतं त्यावेळी रिस्ट्रेनिंग कॉइल जे आहे तर त्याच्यामधून जास्त करंट फ्लो होतो आणि तो जो बार आहे तो अट्रॅक्ट करतो म्हणजेच काय होतं, तुमचे रिलेचे कॉन्टॅक्ट जे नॉर्मली ओपन आहेत ते कॉन्टॅक्ट काय होतात, क्लोज होतात. कॉन्टॅक्ट क्लोज झाले की तुमचा रिले ऑपरेट होतो, म्हणजे इट गिव्ह सिग्नल टू द सर्किट ब्रेकर फॉर ट्रिपिंग पर्पज. ओके, so here we are using these 4 coils. Okay, and this is the operating torque. These two polarizing coils and operating coil is used, and to produce restraining torque these two polarizing coils and restraining coils are used there. Okay, so interaction of this will trip the circuit breaker, means operate the relay and trip the circuit breaker. Now here you can see on this RX diagram it is shown that this up to your green line, this is your set reactance. Okay, means just like our impedance relay, we are setting here the reactance value. So within that, okay, so within that means if it is if the reactance value is less than the set value, then your relay is operating, and if it is above, then your relay will not operate here. Okay, so just like your impedance relay, the same characteristic is there. Okay, then third is the admittance relay. So admittance relay, or it is also called Moore relay or angle impedance relay. Okay, 3 names are there. So again here the operating coil is there, restraining and polarizing coil is there. Okay, but this Moore relay or admittance relay is having higher speed than the impedance and reactance relay. Okay, now this is important. Which what we can say, we are using or we are doing the sections of line. Okay, we call it zones. Okay, zones of the line. So what are the types which we have seen in first chapter? Main types in protection of zones. Primary protection and secondary protection, right? So in primary protection, what we are doing? In primary protection, what we are doing? We are using different relays. We are using circuit breakers, right? Yes, correct. We are using circuit breakers. We are using relays. Okay. Then all these sections are overlapped. Right, correct. Ping circuit. All these sections are overlapped. Okay. Overlap means what? Overlap means what? If there is one. Okay. Suppose this is your generating station. Okay. Then this is your transmission line and this is your sending end station. So in between that, we are doing different sections of this transmission line. Okay, means this is your generating part, this is your transmission part, and this is your yes, this is the receiving end part. Okay, receiving end part. So we are doing the different sections, but how actually we are protecting these zones? By using overlap protection. Overlap protection means what? For example, if this is a generating station, there is not only generator or alternator we are using. There are transformers also. Okay, there are circuit breakers are also there. So different such types of equipments are there. So we have to protect these equipments also. Not only at generating station, we have to not only protect this generator. Okay, so what we are doing, we are overlapping the zones. Overlapping the zones means what? Suppose this is our generating station zone. Suppose. So what we are doing, एक minute, I'm sharing screen. Okay, so here what we are doing, suppose this is your receiving. Okay, so what we are doing, when we want to take zone 1 only, okay, zone 1 only, then we are extending this zone, means we are increasing its length. Okay, and when we want to protect this transmission line, then what we are doing, we are considering the generating station length also. Okay, so in this way we are overlapping the zones. Okay, that is called overlapping of zones. Means what? If any fault will occur anywhere at a time, two circuit breakers will trip there. Okay, trip there means nearest will trip first, but more than one circuit breaker can trip there. Also, the advantage is no point from the generating to receiving station will remain, as there is a no protective zone. Okay, now now here the distance protection zones, actually these are different, means we are using the primary protection and secondary means backup protection we are using. But here actually how practically how these are the zones of protection, we'll see here. Means what? Means zone 1, 2 and 3, how we are using these zones. Okay, so everyone concentrate for this diagram. This diagram is very important here. Here, what we are doing, this is a transmission line, one transmission line. Complete transmission line is suppose up to this point. Okay, up to this point. This is your end. Okay, now there are three zones given. Three zones are given there. So how these zones are there? Suppose आपण काय करतो, एक जी ट्रान्समिशन लाईन आहे, लॉंग ट्रान्समिशन लाईन, त्याचे काय करतो आपण, सेक्शन करतो. ओके, वी आर डुईंग सेक्शन म्हणजे पार्ट. ओके, सो सपोज ए टू बी पर्यंत एक पार्ट आहे जनरेटिंग स्टेशनचा, बी टू सी पर्यंत पार्ट आहे, दॅट इज ट्रान्समिशन लाईन स्टेशन. ओके, आणि सी टू डी पर्यंत आहे, दॅट इज द रिसिव्हिंग एंड. ओके, मीन्स सच म्हणजे that is for the small transmission line. For big transmission line there will be more zones. Okay, but for a general case, for your understanding I am telling this. But in that only, त्याचाच एक सेक्शन जर कन्सिडर केला, if we consider one section only, that is part A to B. Okay, in that again we are considering three zones. Okay, then how these zones are there? Okay, means it is the coverage of the length simply. here we are considering 3 zones, that is zone 1, zone 2 and zone 3, but it is the length coverage. Okay, म्हणजे समजा 100 किलोमीटरची एक ए टू बी चे आपण डिस्टन्स कन्सिडर करतो, एक झोन जो कन्सिडर करतो, तर त्याची लेंथ किती आहे? 100 किलोमीटर आहे. तर त्या 100 किलोमीटर पैकी तुम्ही झोन 1 साठी किती पर्सेंट यूज करताय? ओके, देन what is the distance coming under zone 2 and what under zone 3? Okay, so it is in the percentage actually, percentage. So it is means protected or covered by that zone. Okay, it is the particular length of that transmission line covered by that zone. Okay, so here consider that suppose this is I think you are able to see my pointer. Okay, so here suppose this is your point A is suppose here. Okay, and at this point this is B. Okay, that is your length of transmission line. Okay, suppose this is equal to 100 kilometer. Okay, so if I am protecting this whole 100 kilometer, whole 100 kilometer transmission line suppose protected, then I can write this as a 100%. Okay, I can write this as 100%. But what happens in zone 1? In zone 1, only 80% of this line is covered. Samajhte? So in zone 1, only 80% of this transmission line is covered. Actually, there are 2 relays. Okay, don't relays. These are 2 relays. This one and this one. One is at the sending end and another is at receiving end. 2 relays are there. So if the fault will occur, okay, if suppose here some fault is occurring, okay, some fault is occurring here, so what will happen? At a time only 2 relays will operate. 2 relays will operate here. Okay, but what happens if the fault is occurring near to this receiving end? Then the second relay will operate first and then first relay will operate. Okay, then first relay will operate. So this is your first zone. This first zone is covering 80% of this transmission line, and instantaneously your relay is operating without fraction of seconds. Okay, if any fault will occur, your relay will operate within a fraction of seconds. Okay, means it will operate instantaneously in the zone 1. Okay, so here it is given setting, that is called setting. Okay, up to it. Okay, so here 80% of the line is protected. Okay, म्हणजे तुमच्या 100 किलोमीटरची जी लाईन आहे तर त्याच्यामधली 80 किलोमीटर तुमची कंप्लीट म्हणजे प्रोटेक्टेड असणार आहे. ओके, means what? Means in this way that if any fault will occur instantaneously, your relays will start operating. Okay, and zone 2 of the distance relay protection has to cover the remaining 15 to 20% of the transmission line. Okay, means here in zone 2, okay, म्हणजे आता फर्स्ट झोन मध्ये तुम्ही किती कव्हर करताय? 80%. ओके, सेटिंग इज 80%. राहिलेली जी 20% लाईन तर ती कशामध्ये कव्हर होणार आहे? इन झोन 2. ओके, मग झोन 2 मध्ये काय काय आहे? इन झोन 2, सो रिमेनिंग दिस 20%. ओके, झोन 1 मध्ये राहिलेलं 20% प्लस आफ्टर दिस line length AB, after this line length AB, after that also some distance is there. Okay, that is covered by this zone 2. Okay, who is there? I think Mahesh, whose video is on? Mahesh. Yes, turn off your video. Okay, so here म्हणजे 100 sorry, from the first zone remaining 20% plus from second zone. Okay, plus म्हणजे AB नंतर after AB the remaining transmission line. Okay, remaining transmission line means what? Means remaining 20% line is taken for zone 2. Means the total setting किती झालं? Total setting is 120% for this second zone. Okay, so just total setting is 120%. Okay, so the reach protection setting of zone 2 protection needs to be at least 120% of the protected transmission line impedance. Okay, समजलंय का? Yes or no? Okay. Now here what happens? For zone 1, your relays are operating instantaneously. For zone 2, operating time is increased. Means suppose 0.2 to 0.4 seconds. And for zone 3, operating time is above 0.4 or 0.5 seconds. Okay, म्हणजे ऑपरेटिंग टाइम जो आहे रिलेचा तो काय करतात? इन्क्रीज करतात. म्हणजे झोन 1 मध्ये तुमचा रिले इन्स्टंटेनियसली ऑपरेट होईल. झोन 2 मध्ये तुमचा रिले थोड्या टाइम नंतर ऑपरेट होईल आणि झोन 3 मध्ये त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त टाइम घेईल. ओके, म्हणजे मीन्स your zone 3 is your backup, is just like your backup protection. Okay, it's just like your backup protection. Okay, so here in zone 3, okay, it is a remote backup relay protection for all short circuit currents on adjacent transmission lines. Okay, so means it is given as a backup protection when the severe short circuit faults will happen there. Okay, and zone 3 reach should be adjusted to at least 1.2 times the impedance given to the protection relay for a short circuit. Okay, so whatever be the impedance given, just multiply by 1.2 there. Okay, then that can be the setting point for your third zone. Okay, that will be your setting point for the third zone. Okay, so these are the 3 zones of protection. These are the 3 zones of protection. Okay, so now we'll see the point, that is the carrier aided protection. What is mean by this carrier aided protection and why we need this carrier aided protection? Okay, so in this carrier aided protection, actually there when we are considering the electrical system, always we want that there should be uninterrupted supply, means continuous supply should be there. But what happens if any fault will occur? If any fault will occur in the system, then your supply get interrupted. Okay. Now, how? Why it happens? Why it happens? Because there are some faults taking place that may be in the transmission line, or that may be at the distribution level. Okay. So there are different types of faults. Okay. We know the transient faults, or transient operation and steady state operation. They studied transient, steady state, transient faults, steady state faults. झालंय ना हे पॉवर सिस्टीम मध्ये? In power system you already studied this. Is anyone, what is mean by transient fault? What is mean by steady state fault? Yes. What is mean by transient fault? Yes, Pooja, Ashwini. Ashwini, what is transient fault? Shantanu. Okay. Transient faults means what? Transient means जे मोठे फॉल्ट्स असतात, मोठे. ओके. म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल लाइटनिंग स्ट्रोक मुळे एखादा फॉल्ट झालाय, म्हणजे एखादी वीज पडली एखाद्या पोल वरती वगैरे, ट्रान्समिशन लाईन वरती वगैरे, दॅट इज ट्रान्झिएंट फॉल्ट. ओके. एखादं झाड वगैरे पडलंय, ओके, त्यामुळे तुमचं कम्प्लीट ब्रेकडाऊन झालं, दॅट इज युअर ट्रान्झिएंट फॉल्ट. ओके. आणि बाकीचे जे स्मॉल स्मॉल फॉल्ट्स आहेत, that is called the steady state fault. Okay, steady state fault means here it in stability chapter, I think these points are there: transient stability and steady state stability. You may have studied in power system 3, I think, analysis. So means the time required for covering this transient faults is more, okay, than the steady state faults. Okay. So how we can cover these faults? Okay. So here different types of faults are occurring, and we are using relays. Okay, we are using relays for protecting such transmission lines or any device, okay, from these faults, and by using the circuit breaker. So here almost 80% of faults are not permanent but are transient. Okay. These faults are not permanent but transient, means they will occur, they will not be continuous. They will not be continuous. म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल एखादी वीज पडली, वीज काय कंटिन्युअस पडत राहते का? नाही ना. ओके. सो ती पडणार, निघून जाणार, पण फॉल्ट मात्र करून जाणार. ओके. सो दीज आर नॉट परमनंट बट ट्रान्झिएंट. ओके. सो these faults are caused by breakdown of air surrounding the insulator. Okay. So actually when you studied this in power system only. So when we are considering one tower, okay, suppose एखादा टॉवर आहे, तर त्या टॉवरला सपोज हा टॉवर आहे, तर एक when we are connecting that transmission line, where we are actually connecting the transmission line, can anyone tell me? दोन एंडला दोन असतात, बरोबर? These are the two ends of your transmission line. But where actually that line is connected? where actually the line is connected. Yes, करेक्ट या एंडला असते का दुसरीकडे कुठे असते? Okay, so I'll tell you. So we are connecting this transmission line by first connecting the insulators. Okay, there is a string of insulators. Okay, these are the insulators, and at the end here your transmission line is there. Okay, so according to voltage of your transmission line, the number of strings are there. Okay, so here uh, here we are connecting the transmission line. Okay, so when any fault will occur, okay, so if any fault will occur, what happens? Air surrounding this insulator breaks down. Okay, air surrounding this insulators breaks down, means actually there are two conductors. Naturally insulate air is your insulator. Air is your insulator. But when any fault will occur, this air will break down. Okay, means whatever be your insulation, that insulation breaks down. That is the natural insulation. Okay, okay, and these faults can disappear by themselves if the supply is briefly interrupted and the arc path is allowed to deionize. Okay, म्हणजे एखादा जर फॉल्ट झाला तर तो स्वतःहून डिसअपिअर होतो. ओके, स्वतःहून जातो. पण कधी? ज्या वेळेला तुमचं पॉवर सप्लाय कंटिन्युअसली ऑफ राहायला पाहिजे. ओके, कंटिन्युअसली ऑफ राहायला पाहिजे. म्हणजे काय होईल? जी आर्क प्रोड्यूस झालेली, ओके, दॅट आर्क व्हेन fault is happening, fault is occurring, it means that short circuit. Suppose short circuit is happening, it means that one arc will be produced there. Okay, and that if the supply is not continuous there after occurrence of fault, then what will happen? Now, there will be deionization. Okay, deionization means what? That arc get extinguished. Okay, म्हणजे ती जी आर्क आहे ती हळूहळू कमी होते. ओके, हळूहळू कमी होते. So in order for the transient fault arc to be quickly quenched, the line must be instantaneously and simultaneously tripped from both the ends. Okay, so if such faults are occurring, then means that transmission line means in that line the fault is occurred. So what we have to do, or what should happen? That transmission line should be immediately disconnected by using what? By using some relays, by using some protecting devices. Okay, so here we are using relays at the two ends of the transmission line for the protection purpose. Okay, means if such a fault will occur, instantaneously your relays will operate the circuit breaker and your that line will get immediately disconnected. Okay, then carrier based schemes helps instantaneous tripping from both ends for 100% of the line length. Okay, so this carrier based scheme means carrier aided protection helps instantaneous tripping. So what happens? It gives instantaneous tripping from both ends and for the 100% of line length. Okay, so when we are considering the zone 1, zone 2 and zone 3 protection, in zone 1 protection, what we are doing? We are actually using the 80% only line length. We are covering only 80% length. But here we are covering 100% line length. And what happens in that? If whatever be the relay nearest to the fault will operate first, and the relay which is some distance away from that fault will occur after some time. Okay, means it is not operating instantaneously, means it is going in zone 2. Okay, your second relay is going in zone 2 operation. Okay, that is after some time. So this is or this can be reduced by using this carrier aided protection. Okay, so this is the block diagram of the carrier aided protection. So here you can see the bus bar is there. Bus bar is there. One transmission line is there. So at the bus bar, potential transformer. At two ends, same equipments are connected. Same equipments are connected at the sending end and at the receiving end. Okay, potential transformer is there. This is your circuit breaker, current transformer. Then this is the LC circuit is there. LC circuit. Then this is coupling capacitor. Okay, coupling capacitor. Then one inductance in series. This is your relay unit, means your relay, and one block is there which contains carrier current transmitter, receiver, power amplifier, line tuning unit, and master oscillator. Okay, so that equipment is there. So this is your transmission line. So lengthy transmission line shown by dotted, and at the receiving end, same protection device is used here. Okay, so this carrier aided protection is used for the protection of transmission lines. Okay, used for the protection of transmission lines, and these carrier currents with high frequency range are transmitted and received with the help of transmission lines. Okay, so actually there are different types, means distance protection is there, current protection scheme is there. So such schemes are there. So here uh, uh, we are uh, we are seeing the current protection. Okay, carrier current protection. Okay, so here carrier current means what? Means what? When supply is given, actually whatever wave is produced, okay, that sine wave, the current carried by that wave is nothing but your carrier current. Okay, so actually your applied or power frequency is different, and that carrier frequency is different. Okay, carrier frequency is different. So the carrier currents with high frequency range are transmitted and received. Okay, so whatever be the frequency, so at high frequency these currents will be transmitted and received by using the transmission line for the protection of the line. Okay, uh, so the identical carrier equipment, so means same carrier equipments are there at the sending end and at the receiving end. So we will see one by one here. Means actually there is a coupling capacitor, then then this tuning circuit, that is LC circuit is there. Okay, so what is actually function? I'll tell you the function. So here what happens? What we have seen in zone 1 and zone 2 protection. Zone 1 and zone 2 protection. Suppose ही जी बस बार आहे. Okay. So this is your 100%. झोन 1 मध्ये आपण किती प्रोटेक्ट करतो? झोन 1 मध्ये काय करतो आपण? 80%च प्रोटेक्ट करतो, राईट? इन झोन 1 80% प्रोटेक्ट करतो. तर रिमेनिंग 20% आहे. ओके, झोन 2 मध्ये काय करतो? रिमेनिंग 20% प्लस राहिलेलं या बसबार नंतरचं 20%च्या अबाव जे काही येईल ते आपण कन्सिडर करतो. तर सपोज इथे एखादा फॉल्ट झाला, मध्येच फॉल्ट झाला, इथे एक रिले आहे, बरोबर, इथे एक रिले. आता 80% जे काय आपण कन्सिडर करणार आहे, सो त्याच्या रिसिव्हिंग एंडला एक रिले असेल. ओके, सपोज मध्येच जर फॉल्ट झाला तर काय होणार आहे, हे दोन्ही रिले ऑपरेट होतील, दोन्ही रिले ऑपरेट होतील. पण ज्यावेळी एखादा फॉल्ट इकडे होईल सेकंड रिलेच्या इथे, तर त्यावेळी काय होणार आहे, सेकंड रिले पहिल्यांदा ऑपरेट होणार आणि हा फर्स्ट रिले काही सेकंदांनी ऑपरेट होणार. पण म्हणजेच काय, हा जो फर्स्ट रिले आहे तो फर्स्ट रिले काय होतो, झोन 2 मध्ये ऑपरेट होतो. कारण का, जे रिलेज इन्स्टंटेनियसली ऑपरेट होतात ते कशामध्ये येतात, झोन 1 मध्ये येतात, बरोबर. आणि झोन 2 मध्ये काही सेकंदांनी ऑपरेट होणारे रिलेज येतात आणि त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त टाइम कशाला लागतो, झोन 3 मध्ये जे रिलेज असतात. ओके, मग आता काय होते, ज्यावेळी इकडे फॉल्ट होईल तर तो काय होतोय, सेकंड रिले ऑपरेट होते. फर्स्ट रिले it is taking some time, but what we want to operate these two relays instantaneously, because what happens if any fault will occur in one relay, your another relay also should operate at the same time, because for milliseconds also there is a huge loss. Okay, huge loss. Okay, therefore these two relays should operate instantaneously. मग हे दोन रिले इन्स्टंटेनियसली ऑपरेट करण्यासाठी आपण हे कॅरियर एडेड प्रोटेक्शन यूज करतोय. म्हणजे याच्यातून तो करंट फ्लो होतोय अँड हाऊ ऍक्च्युली it is coming, means how actually this relay is operating. We'll see that in the next lecture. Okay, so just only remember, we want to operate the two relays instantaneously. Okay, means we don't want to operate your first relay in zone 2. Okay, so that's why we are using the carrier aided protection. So in next lecture we'll see what are the means contents or the points of that and the advantages of this carrier aided protection. Okay, so for today we'll stop here. Thank you all and have a nice day. Any doubt? कुणाला काय डाऊट वगैरे आहे? And strength is very, very poor.